present another 2 to 3 part practice sequence where I'm going to talk you through. And this particular one I'm calling the Body, Mind, Energy Attunement. In actuality, every yoga practice is and should be a body, mind, energy attunement. And what I mean by that is that the practitioner is, with his or her intention, is yoking the physical body to the pranic body in a very intentional way by making the breath rhythmic and by coordinating the movements with the breath. If the pranic body and the physical body are brought into rhythm in that way, are brought into alignment or attunement in that way, then the mental and emotional sheaths or bodies will also follow. So during somewhere midway and then definitely after the practice, there should be a sensation of inner alignment, inner attunement. At the end, you should feel a reduction of stress, an increase of endorphins, a reduction in your worries because the mental body has been calmed down. And just on that note, if you've been following my videos, you might notice that I do this movement a lot. That's called Bringing Down the Heavens. And what that movement is specifically for is it brings the yang energy, which is all up in the head, and it brings it down. So it's a grounding, settling, stabilizing movement. So this sequence right here can be done, it should be done, precede the other parts, okay? This part should precede parts 2 and 3. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste. So we'll begin standing, having the hands on the low belly. I'm making a little triangle under my navel, and I'm feeling the light or the chi gathering in that little space. And then I'm going to put one hand on my navel, and with my other hand, with my 2 fingers, index and middle finger, I'm going to massage these 2 points. It's the ending points of the conception and the governing meridians. And one is just above the upper lip, and the other is below the lower lip. Then I'm going to massage the top of my kidney meridian, and I'm going to find it right there underneath my collarbones in that little divot directly below the head of the clavicle or the collarbone to either side of the sternum. And I'm going to tap those points. I'm using my thumb knuckle to make a very firm stimulation of the point. Then I'm going to thump my thymus gland. This activates your immune system right there at the breastbone, and just I'm very gently thumping on my sternum or my breastbone. And then this point, I'm showing you right where it is. It's just under the bra line. It's called spleen 21. It's the ending point of the spleen meridian. And I'm going to tap that fairly vigorously. Sometimes that point's tender, so just go cautiously. But this usually, won't bother you too much. And then just assimilating all that, feeling that, resting from that stimulation. And then now I'm going to massage some points, some gallbladder points that are right on the fleshy part of the top of my shoulder. And I'm using my fingers to firmly stimulate those points as I roll my head. And then here I'm showing a version where I'm crossing my arms. And you can do either one, whatever one makes you feel like you can massage or stimulate those points. And when you roll your head, it's very effective for breaking up some of that neck and shoulder tension. And you can massage. Here I'm taking my head back, just massaging the neck and shoulder. And now we're going to knock on the door of life, probably one of the most important and certainly one of my very favorite warm-up exercises. Back of the hand taps the Ming Men at the kidney, called the door of life. The front hand will tap the front of the hip bone. The arms kind of flap out there loosely. So there's no tension in the arms. You throw the arms and you let the spine turn. You turn to look over the shoulder to take the twist more deeply into the spine. Toes point straight forward. Knees can be slightly bent, but they're more or less straight. Slowly unwind that. And then hands to the hips. We're going to make some hip circles. And these also stay relatively straight on this one. The movement is all in the hips. Your tailbone is kind of steering the movement. Doing both directions. Circling the shoulders. And the shoulders come up around the ear, back and down. I'm going to step forward. And I'm rotating that right arm very vigorously. My left foot is stepped forward into kind of a slight lunge. My left hand is on the thigh. And now I've changed. And the circle is like an underhand pitch. And that opposite hand is just there on the thigh to stabilize things so you can really take the rotation in that shoulder. Interlace, turn the hands inside out. And here I'm going to make some circles. Now make sure that your legs and feet are together on this one. And it's a nice big circle. You'll feel this activate the midline of your body. Changing direction. And now I'm going to do my wrists. So my hands came together for a moment, and then I'm rolling around the bracelets, those little rings or lines around the wrist that are there anatomically. I'm showing where they are, and then you just spin around those, but you want to keep them together as you make this little circle in both directions. And the knees, hands come just above the kneecap, feet are together, legs are together, and we're doing some low circles. You want to keep the weight spreading throughout the entire foot, and you should feel the thighs begin to work. Standing up. I'm going to tuck that right toe. I'm going to get the stretch first on the top of my foot before I start to spin, before I start to rotate. Now, if this is difficult for you, you can just work on stretching the top of your foot, the dorsal aspect, because that's normally very tight on people. And to get into certain poses, you need that to be open. You need it to be long. But if you can, manage to circle your ankle, it would be helpful. So just do the best you can. You're circling right around that big toe. That's the low belly. And now we're going to do a Qigong movement. And what I want you to imagine is you've got an enormous bucket of water and you're just throwing it over your shoulder. It's actually like a barrel. And we're gonna kind of bounce down or bend your knees, bounce down, and then throw it over your shoulder. And this feels really nice. It warms up the legs and the upper part of the spine. You can turn the head to look. And then just collect. Bring your awareness, bring your attention below your navel into the space. Close your eyes and just feel the energy collecting there. And now I've just turned to the side for the camera angle. You do not have to turn to the side, but I'm just showing you how I'd like it if you can undulate your spine in this way. And I'm just bringing my arms in. My arms are more of a effect rather than the cause of the movement. The cause is in the spine. The arms just come, like I said, as an effect. The arms come actually to flick the chi up the back and down the front to make the microcosmic orbit. But what I want you to focus on at the beginning is just getting your spine to undulate, to move like a snake. Notice my knees are bending, my head is projecting and withdrawing, and then I'm going to gather that chi. And now I'm holding the tree. My feet have come slightly apart, my knees are bent, and my arms are hugging that tree. Inhaling, and I exhale, bring down the heavens. Do that 3 times. Now we're going to come to a stretch, and this can be done on a wall, but I actually like it on, this railing works really well, but if you don't have a railing at home, you could use the back of a couch, the back of a chair. You could even use the seat of a chair. The point is it's like upward and downward dog, which if you follow the sequence we'll be doing later. But this is like a half dog, half upward dog, and then the half downward dog. And it feels very nice because it's not particularly that difficult. It doesn't require as much flexibility as the full downward dog or the full upward dog. And you can flow it back and forth very nicely. And I actually really like ledges this is one reason, one pose that I like to do on a ledge. There's other things too. And now we're just holding, and I'm going to come into the forward fold. And then I'll be coming up, and I'm going to show the modification for the squat. Because not everyone can squat, and squat is one of the necessary preliminary movements, preparatory movements for yoga. So if you're not able to squat because you have knee pain or your ankles are very stiff, you can hold on to a ledge or a chair, whatever you have on hand. Another human being. I'm kidding. And you can squat. And you can work your way into your squat slowly until you're able to do a full squat without support. I'm going to hold the tree. And grounding the chi. Now, I'm going to go in and get a strap because I'm going to show you this shoulders and chest stretch. Now, I'm going to sit on my heels here. You can do this standing if you prefer, but if you can sit on your toes, it's a great way to warm up your feet. But the main stretch is what I'm doing with a strap. So I'm going to find the distance that feels right for me. You notice I can widen my grasp, and then I'm just lowering one hand. My bottom hand lowers and it goes slightly behind me, and the other hand goes straight up. And I'm going to take it over the head, all the way back and all the way around. So you want to find that sweet spot to hold the strap. There might be a little speed bump here as you come around. If you have something that's stretchy, that'll be easy to cheat. And then I'm coming into a forward bend. A couple of breaths, inhaling, exhaling. Super Brain Yoga is a pranic healing move. Now you want to cross your right arm over the left and grab your earlobes. There's acupressure points all over the ears and the earlobes. You want to tug gently as you squat down. Now again, if you're not able to squat all the way down, just go halfway. But you can stimulate these ear points, and the breathing rhythm is inhale on the squat, exhale, come up. Inhale and exhale. And ideally, if you really want to work this, it can be done for up to 5 minutes. I'm just doing a few rounds here, but it's a great mind-body integrator. And then horse stance is one of the best stabilizing, equalizing, neutralizing postures. Inhaling and bringing down the heavens. Exhale. And then I'm going to gather the chi at the low belly. And I hope you'll join me for part 2 on the next video. Namaste.